What if I told you this 20-year-old superstar from Germany would change the NBA forever?
30 stories, 30 filmmakers, 30 years. ESPN's critically acclaimed 30 for 30.
With the 9th pick in the 1998 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select DIRK Nowitzki from Würzburg, Germany.
Before Dirk was drafted 9th overall in the 1998 NBA draft by the Milwaukee Bucks and traded to the Dallas Mavericks, he was a star player in Germany. He played against and caught the eye of many great NBA players, including legend Charles Barkley. Dirk did not know it yet, but he would soon be a star in the NBA. When Dirk came to the United States, the transition wasn't the easiest for him. He had never lived on his own before and barely spoke any English. Dirk said being a rookie in the NBA was the hardest part.
Off the court, fitting in is also his #1 obstacle. Trying to make the move from his parents' home to his own home in a new country, speaking a still unfamiliar language.
Getting my own apartment was a big thing, and we practiced twice a day during the practice camp, the trainings camp, but then I had to get all my stuff that was pretty stressed out.
I told his parents I would be his father away from Würzburg, and I'm trying to do that the best I can.
You got a phone bill or a cable bill, and I had to go and show him how you pay it and how you write a check and how you send it in the mail and all that. And learning how to live by yourself and learning how to cook, doing all the cleaning, doing all the washing. I mean, it's things you take for granted that all of a sudden become big chores.
Before the game, I had spaghetti on my own, but it tasted terrible. But I try to cook sometimes, but it doesn't really work.
When I met DIRK Nowitzki, he was 18 years old. We were playing in an exhibition in Germany, and he scored 26 the first half on me. He finished with 42. And I said, son, who the hell are you? He says, I'm DIRK Nowitzki. I says, where are you going to college? He says, I'm going in the Army. I says, there are no 7 feet people in the Army.
After struggling in his first season, Dirk started to become the Dirk that I grew up watching. In his second season, he doubled his average points per game from his first season, and he scored over 1,700 points. In this game in 1999, against Charles Barkley and the Rockets, Dirk had his first career 30-point game. In the 2000-2001 season, Dirk helped the Mavs win 53 regular season games and make their first playoff appearance since the 90-91 season. Dirk and the Mavs advanced to the Western Conference semifinals, where they faced Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. In this game, Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals, Dirk dropped an impressive 42 points and 18 rebounds. Come Dirk's 4th season in the NBA, he and teammate Steve Nash both made their All-Star Game debut in 2002. And this is just the beginning of what would become DIRK Nowitzki's long and successful career.
3-point game, Dallas out of timeouts. If you're Miami, do you foul? Don't let him shoot a three. Right, this is smart now. Are you going to foul? Terry puts it up. Won't go. Rebound Wade. The Miami Heat, they've done it. They win their first championship in franchise history.
DIRK Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks came up short in the 2006 NBA Finals after clawing through the playoffs, beating the San Antonio Spurs in 7 games and the Phoenix Suns in 6 in the Western Conference Finals. Alongside Dirk on the team that year were players such as Jason Terry, who is still in his prime, Jerry Stackhouse, and Devin Harris. Dirk led the Mavericks to a commanding 2-0 lead over the Miami Heat in the finals, but then dropped 4 straight games. Dirk made ridiculous shots he always seemed to make throughout the series, averaging nearly 23 points, 43 minutes a game, and 11 rebounds in the finals, but the Mavs defense simply couldn't slow down Dwayne Wade in the final 4 games. After losing 3 in a row, on the brink of being taken down, it was clear Dirk was getting worried, as he was visibly angry. He showed his frustration after losing Game 5. They were still a game away from elimination when he kicked a basketball into the stands after the game and was then seen pushing equipment and kicking walls in the hallway on his way to the locker room. But luckily for Dirk, he was given a chance for revenge in 2011.
Being up 2-0, have the series in our hands. Still to this day, one of the toughest losses in my career.
Going into the 2011 playoffs, the Dallas Mavericks were the 3rd seed overall in the Western Conference. Dirk led the Mavs to a 4-2 series victory over the Blazers. Dirk then led the Mavericks to a 4-0 sweep of the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers and Kobe Bryant, which was a huge statement for Dirk. The semifinals included KD and the Oklahoma City Thunder, but Dirk proved to be too much again as he hit a variety of clutch shots to win the series 4-1. The finals included a matchup with the newly formed Big Three against LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Bosh, but Dirk got his finals win and MVP with a 4-2 series win, getting his revenge from 2006.
Drives, goes underneath, banks it in. One of the most incredible comebacks in NBA Finals history.
It's one of the most impressive, efficient performances we have seen in the last 2 decades of playoff basketball. He's doing legendary stuff.
Dirk's performance in that series will never be forgotten. Without that championship, his legacy might never be the same. He led one of the most amazing playoff runs of all time.
This was my last home game. Thank you guys so much for coming out.
At 40 years old, everywhere he went, he got love he deserved from fans all around the league. From the start of the season to his final farewell in his last home game as a Dallas Maverick, he was a class act throughout his whole career.
Top of the key again. Returning to 6th in NBA history in scoring, Dirk Nowitzki.
Luka Doncic is coming over from Europe. Different kind of player than you were, and certainly a different era. But still, how can you be helpful to him in his transition?
Well, his English is already a little better than mine. I think when I first got here, he's already extremely savvy as a player, which I wasn't.
Also, in Dirk's final season, he was able to teach the talented young Luka Doncic how the league works, and I think that he benefited from it greatly, and I'm sure Dirk enjoyed doing that just as well.
20 points, 10 rebounds. In that range of the floor. Jeff Skin Wade is on the floor with Dirk right now.
Here with Dirk right now. Big German, how does it feel?
It felt good. You know, wasn't really shooting the ball the way I wanted to. I had a couple great looks there in the first half, but, you know, it was emotional for me last night. It was physically and emotional draining.
In his last ever game as a Dallas Maverick versus Spurs, he recorded his first triple-double of the season. In his final season, he averaged 15.6 minutes a game and averaged 7.3 points per game. He exited the NBA as a legend and left a legacy in Dallas that will never be forgotten.
As the highest scoring foreign-born player, Dirk has played in 1,377 games, taken over 22,000 shots, grabbed over 11,000 rebounds, and dished out almost 4,000 assists. The 30,000 point club. Only 6 other players have ever been able to do it, and they are some of the greatest players to ever play the game. Kareem, Malone, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Wilt, and Dirk. So good, they are all known on a one-name basis. Dirk is the least athletic of that group, and the only one to cross an ocean to do it. He is an outlier to every projection and an overcomer of all odds. Dirk scored over 30,000 points in every single one of them as number 41 in a Mavericks jersey, with Dallas on the front and the whole city on his back. What he's done for the city of Dallas and the impact he has had on everyone living there are things that don't show up on the stat sheets. Things no one factors in when it comes to the legacy he is leaving behind. He used his platform to do things in his community that were bigger than the game of basketball, and that is why he is now in the City of Dallas Hall of Fame and soon to be in the NBA Hall of Fame. There will never be another player like Dirk. No matter how many white, European, jump-shooting big men will be compared to him on draft nights, no one will ever go down in the books the way the tall baller from Germany did.